Hello, hello. I believe I am recording. I'm recording. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good people. My name is Martin Imoragewa Moreidi, and today, tonight, afternoon, evening, morning, whichever time you're watching this, um, I'd like to welcome you all to another edition of my. I don't know what this series is called. It's just an ongoing series where I read a book that I feel that is has knowledge, has something that and has something that I need to put out over there, like something important. The last book I read was The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. The book before that was Letters from a Nut by Ted L. Nancy, and this time I'm reading the book of Proverbs that by King Solomon, the son of David, the son of King David. In the Bible, they credit him as being the most wise human, and it's a really good book. I've been reading it about a chapter a day, and some days I won't read it. Some days, something comes up, or I'm too lazy or something like that, and I thought doing this series would help me uh, read this book more consistently, and while doing it, also introduce you guys if you've never read the book of Proverbs. It's one of the best books in my opinion in the Bible. A lot of people would agree. I was listening to Mr. Steve Harvey, the comedian, TV host, a lot of things, actor, and he says any like he gives a he basically says like anything, like anything you any words, any advice that you're ever gonna get in life from somebody else, from another book, it's all found in the book of Proverbs. I don't know how true that is, but I think it's somewhat true. I don't know. He's older than me and probably more knowledgeable, probably more knowledgeable. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, uh, to my channel if you'd like to see more content like this. So today, I'm going to be reading 3 chapters in this book. Chapter 3, 4, and 5. Chapter 3 is called Guidance for the Young. Some true thing, right? That's some truth. Guidance for the young. The young need guidance, good people. And got some water over here that I put some put some cucumber in it. I don't know if it's still good, but I'll drink it. I'll drink it. Anyway, chapter 3 is called Guidance for the Young. I'm young. You're probably young. Everybody's young in somebody's eyes. I had to realize. I think my mom told me, like, it doesn't matter how old I get, I'll still be her little boy or whatever. And even if you're 70 in the eyes of God, you're still a baby. You're still a baby. You know nothing compared to God. So chapter 3 is called Guidance for the Young. Chapter 4 is called Security in Wisdom. Chapter 5 is called The Peril of Adultery. So I hope you enjoy. Hope you get to decide to pick up this book once in a while. I know a lot of people who don't read the Bible, but for whatever reasons, but that doesn't mean you can't pick up a certain book, and read it. Like the Bible is a collection of books, and not all stories are the same in the Bible. Not all books are the same. Before this, it's the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms is about like It's to me, it's about poetry. I've never read a bunch of it, but to me, it's mostly about poetry. There's another one of my other favorite books in here is called the Songs of Solomon or something like that, which to me it's like a bunch of love poems. So if you like poetry, those are some books I'd recommend. Anyway, let's get to it. Chapter 3, Guidance for the Young. My son, do not forget my law, but let your heart keep my commands. For length of days and long life and peace they will add to you. Let not mercy and truth forsake you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart, and so find favor and high esteem in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It will be health to your flesh and strength to your bones. Honor the Lord with your possessions and with your first fruits of all your increase. So your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will overflow with new wine. My son, do not despise the chastening of the Lord, nor detest his correction. For whom the Lord loves, he corrects, just as a father, the son in whom he delights. Happy is the man who finds wisdom, and the man who gains understanding. For her proceeds are better than profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things you may desire cannot compare with her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left riches and honor. Her ways are the ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her, and happy are all who retain her. The Lord by wisdom founded the earth, and by understanding he established the heavens. His knowledge, the depths, by his knowledge the depths were broken up, and clouds dropped down the dew. My son, let them not depart from your eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion, so they will be life to your soul and grace to your neck. They will walk safely in your way, and your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. Yes, you will lie down, and your sleep will be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden terror, nor of trouble from the wicked when it comes. For the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being caught. Do not withhold good from those to whom it's due, when it is in the power of when it is in the power of your hand to do so. Do not say to your neighbor, go and come back, and tomorrow I will give it, when you have it with you. Do not devise evil against your neighbor, for he dwells by you for safety's sake. Do not strive with a man without cause, if he has done you no harm. Do not envy the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. For the perverse person is an abomination to the Lord, but his secret counsel is with the upright. The curse of the Lord is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the just. Surely he scorns the scornful, but he gives grace to the humble. The wise shall inherit, the wise shall, the wise shall, the wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the legacy of fools. Security in wisdom, chapter 4. Hear, my children, the instruction of a father, and give attention to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine. Do not forsake my law. When I was my father's son, tender, and the only one in sight of my mother, he also taught me and said to me, let your heart retain my words, keep my commands, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget, nor turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will preserve you. Love her, and she will keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And in all your getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she will promote you. She will bring you honor when you embrace her. She will place on your head an ornament of grace. A crown of glory she will deliver to you. Hear, my son, and receive my sayings. And the years of your life will be many. I have taught you in the way of wisdom. I have led you in right paths. When you walk, your steps shall not be hindered. When you run, you will not stumble. Take firm hold of instruction. Do not let go. Keep her, for she is your life. Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not walk in the way of evil. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn away from it and pass on. For they do not sleep unless they have done evil, and their sleep is taken away unless they make someone fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is like the shining sun that shines ever brighter unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is like darkness, and they do not know what makes them stumble. My son, give attention to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Do not let them depart from your eyes. Keep them in the midst of your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. Put away from you a deceitful mouth, and put perverse lips far from you. Let your eyes look straight ahead, and your eyelids look right before you. Ponder the path of your feet, and let all your ways be established. Do not turn to the right or the left. Remove your foot from evil. The peril of adultery, chapter 5. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Lend your ear to my understanding, that you may preserve discretion, and your lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of an immoral woman drip honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but in the end she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, and her steps lay hold of hell. Lest you ponder her path of life, her ways are unstable. You do not know them. Therefore, hear me now, my children, and do not depart from the words of my mouth. Remove your way far from her, and do not go near the door of her house, lest you give your honor to others, and your years to the cruel one. Lest aliens be filled with your wealth, and your labors go to the house of a foreigner. And you mourn at last, when your flesh and your body are consumed, and say, how I have hated instruction, and my heart despised correction. I have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to those who instructed me. I was on the verge of total ruin, in the midst of the assembly and congregation. Drink from your own cistern, and running water from your own well. Should your fountains be dispersed abroad, streams of water in the streets? Let them be only your own, and not for strangers with you. Let your fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of your youth, as a loving deer and a graceful doe. Let her breasts satisfy you at all times, and always be enraptured with her love. For why should you, my son, be enraptured by an immoral woman, and be embraced in the arms of a seductress? For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he ponders all his paths. His own iniquities entrap the wicked man, and he is caught in the cords of his sin. He shall die for lack of instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. Okay, people, that was chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you learned something, got some knowledge, some understanding, maybe some wisdom from those words, or maybe just got some curiosity and you want to read this book for yourself. I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope you got something from it. If you did, I'm gracious. I'm grateful. Excuse me. I'm grateful for that. And join me tomorrow. Join me tomorrow. I'll be reading a few more chapters. Let me see what I'm gonna read tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna read chapter 6 and chapter 7. Okay, tomorrow's chapter 6 and chapter 7, good people. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and like the video. It helps me a lot if you even if you don't subscribe, just liking the video helps a lot. If you don't feel like it, you don't have to. Otherwise, I hope you all stay good. I hope you all stay blessed, stay hydrated, get out in the sun, get some vitamin D. The sun is good for you, but also in moderation. Just like, it's not all the way good. Get everything in moderation, even the sun, even water, good people. You don't want to drink too much water and end up messing your body up. So that is that. Buenos dias, buenos noches, whichever time it is over there where you are. I hope it is blessed. I hope it is good. Be with God, good people. Be with God. Adios.